Is it just me, or has work smarter, not harder completely lost its meaning? I think we're in need of a modern update. Something like work smarter, then a little harder. Hey gang, it's me, Caleb. Are you returning from last episode? Or are you joining new this week? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to get to know you. Just a heads up, this week is going to be quite a bit less talking than last week. My fiance Michelle and I are going to brunch in downtown Fort Lauderdale, so hang around if you'd like to see it with us. Both of us are in need of a little bit of a break to just chill out and enjoy our lives, right? We've been burning the midnight oil lately, planning our wedding, starting up this YouTube channel, of course. And we still do have our 40-hour-a-week careers, sometimes more than that. So, no complaints here. It's just been a lot of work. I do have one really cool update for you guys, though. I just bought a bunch of songs, a bunch of instrumental tracks, and I'll be making those into full-fledged songs to be released in a few weeks. So, stay tuned for that. For those of you that didn't catch episode 1, I'm a musician, and it's one of my greatest passions in life. I started playing when I was 4 years old, and I really haven't stopped since. You see, I just had an epiphany watching some content from Nic D. If you're not familiar with Nic D, he is an amazing independent musical artist, and you really need to check him out. He has an excellent YouTube channel called Freddy for Artists, and several of his videos have put me onto the concept of purchasing instrumental tracks and making songs with them. It's funny, I always thought songwriters had just 3 routes that they could take. Route 1, compose all their music, shell out incredible amounts of cash and time to bring their compositions to life, and that's their song. This was actually my philosophy for a long time, and it really made it difficult to finish musical projects. In a sense, it never allowed music to become real work for me. It kind of just stayed in the chamber as a non-linear passion, because there was no one who demanded my music, and without demand, you don't have a business. Route 2. You could be around a bunch of great musicians and producers, and they can make music for you, but that all usually comes with a move to New York or LA or Nashville, and you struggle for a long time. You work really, really hard to build that network of people that can make music for you, and then you get into the more traditional system of record labels and whatnot. And that's kind of a route that I explored when I moved to New York. Not fully, and it was very difficult to find the way into that world. In fact, I failed at that. I abjectly failed at that route. So that route was clearly not going to work for me either. And route 3, of course, there's hip-hop, which has really paved the way for producers putting their beats online, putting their instrumentals online, and creators being able to work with them, purchase their instrumental tracks online, and make hip-hop music. But while from time to time I'll rap, and I like to rap when the song calls for it, I'm scarcely a hip-hop artist. So these ideas of artists purchasing beat or instrumental and combining their artistry with that existing instrumental just never clicked for me. And that's where Nic D's content was truly enlightening. Honestly, mind-blowing. He really helped me see music as being much more similar to manufacturing than I had ever thought about. See, something to know about me is that in my daytime career, I've worked the last 9 years in an industry called consumer packaged goods, or CPG. CPG is just an industry that brings products to the retailers where you, the consumer, can buy them. In this industry, CPG, the process of getting products to end users, or the consumer, follows a standard formula. 1, manufacturers convert raw materials into goods that are usable by people. 2, a brand is applied to those products to make them recognizable. And 3, the product is brought to market so people like you can buy those products. Those 3 steps can be owned end-to-end by a single company, or they can be broken up, but almost always, those 3 steps can be overseen by, at the very least, different teams, if not different companies. Despite knowing, observing, and studying this way of doing business for nearly a decade, I always just thought that that was the CPG way of doing things. I never thought that this same process could be applied to music. At this stage of my musical career, I don't have a widely recognizable brand, and no one can know my music or how to bring it to market better than I can. But there are thousands of producers online who can definitely provide the raw materials, the music, much faster than I can. And this, my friends, is why I think we need to amend the phrase, work smarter, not harder. Because in allowing another person to create my raw materials, the music, I am able to focus on building a musical reputation, my brand, much faster. And I can create more finished songs, again, much faster, to bring those songs, the product, to market. And last thing before we go, by having more viable songs and thus more marketing, more content, and more promotional work that needs to be completed, I have a lot more musical work now than I've ever had before. So again, I'll say it. Work smarter, then a little harder. Because in working smarter, you might just pick up a little bit more hard work. But if you're lucky, if you're doing the thing that really, really matters to you, the hard work will feel so good, so challenging. I wouldn't trade it for the world. In fact, I have to tell you guys, I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to build a life around my music. But it's all a lot more work. It's hard work, but it's fun, rewarding, challenging work that I wouldn't trade for the world. I do hope that you choose to stay on this path with me. I look forward to bringing you music that makes you feel seen and make you feel good. To stay up to date and make sure that you never miss a song drop or a new video, please click that subscribe button. We're growing a beautiful community here, and I can't wait for you to be part of it. Thank you, I love you, and I'll talk to you next week. Stick around for some extra stuff.
Girls looking past us, we're in a state of deja vu. No looking back, cause the only way is through. If we're gonna make it together as a crew, to finally rise up to the Billionaire Boys Club. We'll be decked to the nines in Billionaire Boys Club, Billionaire Boys Club, Billionaire Boys Club, Billionaire Boys Club, Billionaire Boys Club. At last we made it. 10 years embedded in the scene, in flying colors, platinum, gold, and green. At last we made it. Now put 2 fingers in the sky. No, now that's no question as to why we're reaching peak condition.